Ugh, this piggyback ride is killing my back. Why can't you be an adorable little Citacita that weighs like 10 pounds? Well, at least your little good luck charm got me where I needed to go.
I hope
right?
these cutscenes stop in Bayonetta 3, the, like, still frame ones.
Yeah,
I understand why they do them, but I would just like them to not be in there anymore.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing. I'm not a huge fan of it. The Bayonetta 1, at least in Bayonetta 2, they kind of, like, evened out the presentation a little bit.
More panache to them, and they're less frequent, yeah.
Wrong one, mate. You should be looking for your better half.
You've got your memories back. Convenient. But you're certainly not looking like my better half. The only thing you have to offer me is your sovereign power. Then you will be truly worthless.
I'll take care of this, Teresa. Hurry to the temple.
This level always feels just so... I said before that the game kind of just, like, speeds through to the end.
Yeah.
Like, the beginning of this level was the plane sequence, which is cool. It's a cool way to lead up to a final boss. But then as soon as we go through here, it's just the final boss.
Little one!
Welcome to Thimbleventer.
Boy strip fit.
Right eye.
Balder or Lopter?
Loppy Ear, or whatever his name was.
Okay, yeah, this is a pretty good fit.
Now, everything has fallen into place.
Bayonetta! Get out of...
Balder, this is what I promised you. Your chance at revenge. Accept it freely. That is your revenge? Is this not the one who destroyed your world, who destroyed your life? Surely this can't be all you hoped to see.
Nope, we spoke too soon.
A single being. However, this half said he would awaken humans to the truth of their existence. So he divided our divine power and our very souls in two. We should have become mere shells. But this half left behind a certain power within himself in order to protect the balance our split brought the world. A sovereign power to freely control the eyes of the world. Unfortunately, this one made quite the miscalculation. He had not accounted for the power of evil intent which grew as humans prospered. I couldn't use the sovereign power to control the eyes, so instead, I used the evil hearts of humans to begin to retrieve the power of the ancient god. And all that remained is taking back the one power I do not yet have. The sovereign power. The power this one held within. You managed to escape 500 years before, but it was merely a waiting game. Waiting for you to be reborn. Now the time has come for our powers to become one again. And for me to ascend to the throne as Aesir, God of Chaos. Now, my better half, it is time to restore your sovereign power to my hands. I now have the power to control the eyes as I wish. Shall I start from the right eye? Take him if it pleases you. He is nothing but an empty container to me now. I have no more use for him. Come now. It is time I receive your power, witch.
Don't worry, I got the kid. You've got my permission to show him your stuff, Bayonetta.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Literally swings in to save the day.
Nowhere, albeit with absolutely impeccable timing. I suppose not even a god can see him coming.
Gods do not concern themselves with the machinations of insects. Now, Umbra Witch, the left eye of darkness must return from whence it came.
Then just try to take it back. You've destroyed more than you know.
So I'm gonna be straight with you, Hank.
Yeah.
I don't love this final boss. This part, I like this part, although it's a little too similar to the time we already fought him.
Yeah.
Which was just in the last level, Hank. He was introduced in the last level. We fought him there, and he fights basically the same here, which is the final boss.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I'm also very bad at it. He has a lot of moves that I find to be particularly hard to dodge. So I'm bad at it, therefore I don't like it, I think is what's going on here. But I also didn't particularly love Jubileus in the first game either.
I will say, a lot of the end of game stuff is rough in Bayonetta. At least from what I remember.
Except for the fight that you have with John. That's like the only highlight of the ending of the game. And when you get to shoot Jubileus into the sun.
As you should.
I remember we finished Bayonetta 1 right before the 2016 election. And as we were throwing Jubileus into the sun, you said, "This is what Hillary's going to do to Donald Trump."
Oh, how right I would be.
And then Bayonetta said, "Butter emails."
Butter emails indeed.
Bayonetta would vote for Jeremy Corbyn, and we love that.
Yeah, it's even great because she's British too, so she could have voted for him.
That's why I said Jeremy Corbyn and not an American politician.
Yeah, well, we just like Jeremy Corbyn more than we like most American politicians, so it's tough.
That is so true.
disappear. See how this.
Yeah, I like this. If you know anything about me and these types of games, I love a one-on-one fight with a guy who's your size and about equally matched. I love that.
Especially when you spend the game fighting like big old baddies the whole time.
Yeah. It's your Dante versus Virgil type deal here.
Yeah. And we all know how much you love those boys.
I do love those boys.
In the end, you are merely human. The eyes of the world hold power, but their power came from that of a god. This god will see those powers returned. And so it shall be. The power of Aesir returns to me, and I shall rule over this world as time demands it. To be the overseer of this world. To rule it. A power only meant for Aesir. Human free will is a joke. It is a worthless illusion. You need only obey me. My will shall become that of the universe.
Humans need not be told that their will shall be. We can create our world with our own eyes.
An indulgent statement of human folly. Do you have any idea how much turmoil and confusion you have created?
We may not see our next step. We may stumble. We may fall off the path. But we always move forward. That is the power of man! Bayonetta, shall we illustrate?
Let's rock.
Again, this part is cool because it's like, hey, you get to fight alongside your papa.
Yeah.
Your dada.
Well, daddy-daughter bonding.
But daddy-daughter, daddy-dom, little, whatever. It's just, he's too floaty. I don't like that he's off the ground. It makes it way too hard to keep track of him and attack him. That's the only thing I don't like about this, and it gets weirder from here.
So yesterday was the first time I played Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge since it came out. And this level looks like it has the issues it's not that the game has issues, it's that I get lost when it comes to angling up shots, when it comes to scrolling beat-em-ups, and this is like a 3D version of that.
I guess.
Because you're accounting for multiple dimensions of where this dude is standing, so you have to kind of line yourself up. Oh, that was like an AC-130 that just flew over. That was interesting.
I think these are all the things he uses are like reused models from the first game, so I'm pretty sure that was like the big airship.
Yeah.
In the first game.
Yeah, that checks out.
And again, don't get me wrong, I think this is a really cool spectacle fight. It's probably more fun to watch than it is, for me anyway, to play it, because I always get really frustrated and I've never gotten a good rank on this. I actually recorded this a couple different times just to get like a better rank, but then I just decided I don't really care that much, so...
Yeah.
The last time I was just like, whatever rank I get, I At least as long as I don't look like I'm playing like garbage.
Right. Make it look pretty, which it does.
I do, however, like him way more than Jubileus. Jubileus is just not a fun fight when you can like turn into the Cereza, the little girl, and you have to run around. It stinks. I've never liked that fight.
Yeah, I remember not loving that, and I think that's probably part of the reason I never finished Bayonetta a second time, despite starting it a bunch.
So this is where the fight loses me completely. Now you're not even on the ground, and it's very hard to keep track of anything that's going on here.
Yeah.
I just need to have my feet and the boss's feet firmly planted on the ground. But other than that, it's a cool fight. I just don't particularly like playing it.
I can totally understand why. He's like everybody has a Clover/Platinum boss that ruins them. This is yours and mine is Fire Leo.
Of course it's Fire Leo. It's just a shame that the game kind of ends on a sour note. At least in terms of the gameplay, I think the actual ending of the game is like fun. But like this is the last thing that you do, and it kind of leaves like a not great taste.
Unfortunate considering how much
For me.
this game does better than the first one. Like everything is tweaked in such a way that it's like that much better, and it stinks that it ends on a sour note. But again,
almost all of the best character action games that I can think of end with a one-on-one fight with a guy that's your complete equal, or a guy who's like you but stronger. Again, like your Virgil, your Senator Armstrongs, your Captain Blue. But this one, I don't know. They just went, I think, for a little bit too much spectacle, in my opinion. And again, I love this. I love that she pole dances on this satellite to shoot it back at him. It's wonderful. It's good stuff.
yeah, but it could have been a cutscene.
I also think that if the background wasn't the same color as like his like spooky hands that he uses to attack you, it would probably be easier for me to like actually tell when they're about to hit me.
Oh yeah,
dodge.
Totally. Yeah, it's almost it almost blends it in such a way where it's impossible to view.
I mean, it's smartly designed, but I hate it.
I do love the this like ethereal, otherworldly, like galaxy-sized battle, and then you just got this chain chomp borking around in the background.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I do think I finished him off pretty well.
Yeah.
Like I had a pretty good streak here where I'm just not getting hit and I'm just absolutely decimating him.
Kid, you gonna be okay?
His first mistake was thinking that all I had to me was some shit sovereign power. Stupid fool doesn't get why I'm the better half.
I thought you were all out of cards.
The real trump card's the one you keep hidden until just the right timing, mate.
What?
The real power of Lord Aesir, the god of chaos, is nothingness. The power to erase anything and everything from the world. Even the very eyes that created it.
No! Whoa, hold on for a second, kid. What happens to the world if you...
Any good card player is a gambler, right? Either the world will be destroyed, or it will create its own path.
I'd really love if the game ended on a either you could take this either way, a somber, version of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers or a J-pop version of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers?
This part of the fight rules. You just wail on him.
Don't love doing sexy time dances with my father, though. That's a little weird.
Again, everything about the ending is way superior to the first game, except playing it. Like, I love this to death. This is so good.
Great. Oh, and in case, in case you needed overkill, here it is.
Yeah. So now we control Aesir as he's going into this demon's mouth. What I guess you can't really see, you can kind of see it, is that the whole time he's struggling to move all around the screen, so you have to like hold him in the middle.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that you could screw that up, but I've never had it happen. Okay, now here's another dual question. Which do you like better? The first game's rendition of Fly Me to the Moon, or this game's rendition of Moon River?
Like you're asking me to pick favorite children.
The place and time. Create a new era. One that cowers to my will.
Shit! He's trying to shed his body and return to the spirit realm. He'll just be reborn in a different era.
What are you trying to do? Do you think you can contain my power? Have you lost your sanity?
Sanity is a requirement for our kind. You will never see another era trapped inside me. Only an endless circle of time.
Mate, that's pure evil you're dealing with. It's a poison that will live inside you forever.
So be it. What's wrong can be made right through human hands.
Baldur!
Cereza, listen to me.
You know my name?
If I stray from my path, you must be the one. The one to stop me.
Baldur!
Cereza, just one time. Call me Daddy.
Daddy.
They somehow made it, like, found a way to make it sexual, but also not at the same time. It's kind of impressive.
Daddy!
So he's stuck in a time loop now.
Hell yeah.
Seems
So good luck with that, Baldur.
like the world's still in one piece.
Seems so.
You don't need the eyes of the world, love. I believe in your kind. You can create whatever future you desire.
What will happen to you?
I'll just take a little break. This world doesn't need me anymore, right?
Will I see you again?
Hard to say. I'll come back to this world someday. So if you're lucky, maybe we'll meet again, love.
Little one,
I'm not little, and I have a name. It's Aesir. I mean, my name is Loki.
I see her,
I
but
think
I don't
you
believe
are
her.
treating me like a kid now.
Then I'll call you by your name when I see you again. As a man.
Bloody hell. Well, that's fine, I guess. At least I know what I want to be when I grow up, right? See you around, Bayonetta.
Goodbye, little one. And you can call me Cereza.
Sorry, love. But you still don't strike me as a Cereza.
It'd be cool if he shows up in Bayonetta 3, just if they find a way to put him in there, but I mean no disrespect, Loki. I would not bat an eye, I would not give too much of a crap if you weren't in the next game.
It's the Law and Order font.
Shut up. No, it isn't. Don't ruin this.
Sorry, the Bayonetta font in Law and Order.
Well, it's like when Sony just used the Spider-Man font for the PlayStation 3. Remember that?
They own it. They may as well.
And the
Put on
distinct
everything.
lack of acts of God doesn't hurt either. Can you believe they tore my dress to shreds? Right about here, I think it was. Absolutely criminal. There's such a thing as a time and a place. Time? Oh. Cereza, cat got your tongue? No. No. I'm fine.
Hey, come on. How long do I have to keep doing this? Investigative journalism is big in January.
The gates of hell goes down, and so does your anonymous source, my friend. Now keep driving.
All right, I get it. I owe you. But I'm not the one with the endless tab. Where is that deadbeat anyway?
Well, those two are getting along nicely. Now, to get those new heels. Come along, Enzo. Damn it! I forgot Enzo. Oh, I was wondering why there wasn't a short, foul-mouthed Italian in earshot. Where did you leave him? He said he'd wait for me in the plane. Again?
What a day!
That's like the Super Mario colors on the Wonder Toys side.
I believe you said that in the beginning of the game, so I'm glad your eyesight's still perfect as ever.
Much like Baldur, I am in a time loop of the events of Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Another day in the life. Maybe you should try being nice to Enzo for a change. And let's save the chit-chat for later. We've got work to do. Now you're speaking my language. There's only one way to ring in the new year. Let's dance, boys!
I love this game dearly. In my top 10, Yusuke Hashimoto working on Street Fighter 6. That game looks really cool too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shoutouts to Hideki Kamiya, my dad,
Love
my
my dad.
actual father. I love these types of things. I was actually more nervous about recording this than I was fighting the final boss, because I wanted to make sure that I was able to actually like complete these, because you have a set amount of time.
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know if this was like taken from your time playing the game, or if this was being played at the same time.
This is being played as the same time, yeah. And you only have a certain amount of time. Yeah, once you get the kisses on screen, that means you've completed it successfully. So I was really nervous about getting every single one of these completed. which, you know, if you're not quick enough, can be an issue. So, you want to put your thoughts out there about Bayonetta 2? The second half that we saw?
It's a great game. I've been thinking a lot lately about games that are designed in an old school type of way. Like, they're just very focused. Splatoon is kind of one of those, where it's like, what you do is very limited, but it's very fun and engaging. Bayonetta is one of those too. And that's not a criticism, it's just like when a game is super duper focused like that, it's so much fun. And it took me forever to get into... No, that's not true. I played a bunch of character action games growing up, but I kind of fell out of love with them, and Bayonetta is the one that always, like, pulls me back in. It's so good. And it's just, I just love Platinum. I just love everything about it.
This is one of the most replayable games, in my opinion. I go back to this game so often. There's so many cool little things to unlock, different weapons, costumes. It's just, the fact that it's shorter than the first game, it could be a bad thing. But I think it just means I would be more likely to like put this one in and play it in an afternoon or something like that. This game is as perfect as a character action game could possibly be, or just an action game. The only one that I would say is better, just because it's like more technically advanced, is probably Devil May Cry 5.
Right.
But those two are very, very neck and neck.
And they share so much DNA that it's, you know, they could occupy the same place.
Yeah, I do like the Moon River cover, but I gotta hand it to Fly Me to the Moon. I think the Bayonetta version of Fly Me to the Moon is iconic, better than the Frank Sinatra version. Frank Sinatra can go kick rocks for all I care.
Well, thankfully he's dead.
No, he's fine. He's just sleeping.
Yeah, that's fair. Just sleeping on the side of the road.
What if Frank Sinatra was what, like all those rumors of Walt Disney, but like real?
Well, he would be just as bigoted, so it checks out. There's a really great doll-up about him going on tour in Australia in like the 60s and 70s. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
There's about a minute and a half left. Talk about how excited you are for Bayonetta 3 and what you want to see in it.
3 Bayonettas.
I think you're gonna get that.
You're gonna have 6 appendages, and you're gonna have guns on all of them.
So it's Bayonetta, but it plays like Octodad?
Yeah, triple wielding.
Or is it Bayonetta, but it plays like Splatoon?
No, it's it plays like. Well, technically, they have more in common than you would think, because you can both turn into an animal form to move around a little more quickly. So.
Wow, I think you cracked the code.
Yeah. So we're just gonna be spraying ink on people. In Bayonetta 3.
I can't wait to play Bayonetta 3 and spray my ink on people.